Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Kingdom Come Deliverance, the board game, which is brought to you by Boardcubator. It's for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, and games generally run about 3 to 4 hours based on the scenario. Enter the lands of the Bohemian Crown on the onset of the Hussite Wars. In times like these, trust is scarce and faith is shaken. It is a conflict of religious beliefs that turns brother against brother, and it is the common man who pays the toll. Whether you hide in the deepest cellar or the tallest tower of a monastery, the flames of war will reach you there too. Tread lightly and godspeed. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a cooperative campaign app-driven board game that brings the lands of the Bohemian Crown to your table. Live through the harrowing times and immerse yourself in this epic narrative journey in the Holy Roman Empire. Throughout the campaign, you will be able to develop your characters and encounter new challenges on your journey. Each scenario in the campaign is a completely unique experience, bringing you to new locations and introducing new people. The game features a living world that remembers, characters will react to your actions, and you'll be able to observe their behavior. But don't waste your time, guards are patrolling at every step, so tread lightly because they're not keen on people like you. The app will give you all the information you need for every scenario, from the setup to the teardown. As you enter each location, you'll be greeted with a rich world to explore, and it is up to you to decide where to go first. Throughout the game, you'll be accompanied by an adaptive sound design. Your actions will not only alter the story, but also the vast soundscapes. Every dialogue and conversation is professionally voice acted, immersing you in the story and the world even more. So, this is a big narrative, story-driven game with choose-your-own-adventure type elements, paths to pick, as the story evolves and changes based on what you're doing as you interact with characters. Some really neat things going on here, and the app becomes something that is just an aid to the game. It's not a hindrance in any way. It really helps you jump into the game quickly, as well as helping you just navigate everything that's going on. And what really strikes me about this game is just how incredibly immersive it is. You feel like you're part of the story. They did a fantastic job there because the app, you don't have to go read all the different context and text that's coming through. No, they've got all that voice acted for you. It's just off to the side, narrating the adventure as you try to decide what to do to solve the quests and side quests that come up.
Wolf has been compiling valuable information for the so-called Roll of Traitors, a list of Catholics who have been covertly supporting the Hussite cause. But now, Wolf has gone silent. Your task is simple. Locate Wolf of Wolfsburg in the village or Sommerpesch and retrieve the Roll of Traitors.
So, through the course of this video, we're really going to talk more about the experience with this game. I'm going to hit some of the high points of what you're doing and how you play, but this is not a how to play video. This is going to give you an overview, a taste of the game as we move forward. And like I said, it is rich in theme, everything you're doing, even from down to having like parchment type paper as you kick off and start off the game, learning everything about this world as you jump into. And yes, this is based on the video game, but I would say the video game is more of that open world experience versus a straight up story driven narrative in this board game. So, like any good RPG-esque type game, you're going to have a character you're controlling. Your character board will have all your stats and everything you need to know about this particular character and track all the types of gear and items you're carrying. There's areas around the board to show what you're carrying in hand, what you're wearing, and so forth. Now, the main stats for your characters, you've got strength, you've got agility, you've got perception and speech. Those are the main things you're going to be doing checks against within the story. It'll ask you to roll against this specific thing and plug in a number value based on what you rolled in order to achieve the goal of the story. It's really that straightforward. And what's nice is that you have a set of actions on your main board. You'll be tracking the 3 main actions you have, and then there's some free actions you can do as well. Now, the board also obviously tracks your health, vitality, things like that you're gonna have to be keeping track of, as well as some statuses that might hit you through the course of the game. Also on your character board, you'll see a wheel of perk points. So as you adventure through the world, as you do certain things, you're going to get certain types of perk points. based on what you're doing, which is really interesting, and you'll put them in the appropriate slots. They're all color-coded, use the same tokens, and you're going to put them on the board, and then later you can use those tokens to upgrade your character's stats or buy into a perk card, giving you more abilities and options for your character, allowing you to specialize with them to some degree. So this world that you're adventuring in is grid-based. You got rows and columns, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the app will call out where you need to place tiles. It'll say grab tile 108 and place it at C3. And they do give you a nice guide system in order to place them, especially for your first few games. But as you get more used to the game, you'll be more familiar of how to place these tiles. But you'll be referencing them based on the app. Again, you don't have to do a lot of setup here. You can really just jump into the game right away, which is something I really enjoyed. And then you have a handy reference card, just outlining the type of actions you can perform. But as the app will show you, there will be different areas of the tiles that you move into and you arrive into that will have basically interaction points. And there again, some of these are going to be all based on the different types of attributes, so you know what to expect going in. You might need a character that has high agility to go check out an area, like this burning house. You want to have some nice agility to move into there and interact with it and so forth. So as you try to rip the door off the handles and interact with the people that are trapped inside. So there's a lot of really fun jump into the story experience.
It shouldn't be hard to loosen the nails sealing the door. You don't exactly have to be a master locksmith to do it, so get to it. You've torn out the wooden planks nailing the door shut, and indeed, a woman barges right into you.
Oh, thank God. And you. The Hussites. They came demanding gold, but my husband wouldn't give it up. They beat him terribly and set the house on fire. Please, he's still trapped in there. Do something.
So like with agility, ripping the door off, you're going to be performing a series of checks through a lot of what the narrative is doing and what you're trying to achieve. So you're always going to be rolling dice in order to do that. How does that work? Well, you have your stats, and for every level you have in your stat, you'll get a special dice. For strength, it's red. For agility, it's green. So you'll get that numbered dice based on the level you have in that skill. And then you're going to always roll 6 dice, so you'll grab white dice to fill in the gaps. And now you're going to roll those dice and you're looking for successes, but the app will dictate how many successes you need to meet or beat the value it sets forth. So sometimes it might be better to try to talk to one of the NPCs in the game and try to resolve the situation that way instead of rushing into battle. Because especially at the beginning of the game, you're not super strong when it comes to battle. And you need to be mindful about just getting through the adventure and solving whatever the main quest is put in front of you. But not only that, there are side quests that you need to take in mind because they can add more to the game and as well as allowing you to upgrade your character. But lots of intertwining between the quests and the story that's going on in this game. Again, just really an immersive experience. So your main goal is to fulfill whatever the main quest puts in front of you. So it's going to change up as you move through the different quests that have become available. The thing I really like about the app too is that it's got the nice grid system for the world as well, that you can scroll around and also click on the different tiles where you might be and show you those different interaction points. So you can use your actions appropriately to move between areas or try to achieve what those interaction points are calling for and so forth. So the app really does aid everything you're doing. Again, but it does not distract from the main purpose of the game. It just adds to it. It's like having your own pocket DM leading you through the adventure. All right, folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here has been in prototype form. So keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now, with that said, this game offers a lot. The app will really update you on what is happening. If you get any negative status effects, if there's suspicion levels that are going on that you need to be mindful of, if there's alert levels. As NPCs come out, they'll have a certain alert level and you'll apply a base to them. So it's very visually a cue on what is happening with that particular character. Now, the thing is that these perks that you're going to be upgrading your character, I really like this aspect because as you upgrade your character, you can actually go through those perk cards for the different stats and abilities, and you can pick your card based on what you're spending in order to upgrade, really giving you the option to round out your character and make it something unique and different, specific to how you want to play that character. Really well done. But really the thing that really shines for me in this game is the choose your own adventure aspect, along with the story driven, incredibly, again, I know I've said it, but so immersive. The story just sucked me in wholeheartedly. I can't wait to play more and to come back to this world over and over. But folks, ultimately, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it from me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.